Hey guys, this is Ryan from Netcode Illuminati, or The Last Resort right now. Same team. I'm going to be doing a demo commentary for you today on a DE nuke match from the ESEA Invite regular season against Zomblerz, who I think are known as demonic in this or something like that. Anyways, we're going to start off our match. We're going to be doing a flash play where we smoke off Heaven and we smoke off Mini, and then we take the upper bomb site with a series of flashes. This nade that Chewbacca's throwing breaks the skylights, and we've actually modified the strat now where we just shoot out the skylights with Glocks, so teams really don't know when it's coming, because a lot of teams will see that nade and they'll know it's coming. Anyways, the smokes that me and Dazed are throwing land in Heaven from right here, and Brian and Chewbacca, or Brian and Casey, are throwing smokes that land in Mini that you'll see are blooming. I'm throwing a flash out Squeaky to blind anyone else, and as you can see I can get right out, and I get the 2-vent with little hesitation. Zomblerz actually played a retake setup, so it was really easy and kind of unnecessary for us to take it like that, but it actually helps a little bit. Zomblerz are trying to do a flash retake, and since Mini's double smoked, I'm able to get one guy, and I just drop in vents to play safe right now, and my team's able to pretty much clean up the rest, and it was a rather easy round for us to take. When Minis double smoke like that, I almost wouldn't advise the CTs to push through. I think that was a dumb idea for them, because they ran right into me. He was still double smoked, and I could see him clear as day. Our strat pretty much went off without a hitch. Sometimes teams will push ramp or even push hut, and that can kind of ruin our strat, but luckily none of that happened there. Right now we're just set up in an anti-eco. I have a Galil, and I'm watching outside. I'm watching it from a pretty safe spot. I'm looking through that crack for people to cross, and if I see that, I'm just going to kind of fall away and maybe retake with a teammate. It's really good to keep your range when you have a Galil like this, because the CT can get a Galil. They have a really good chance of maybe even winning the round. Our guys in inner are set up with one at sandbags, one at the ladder, one Squeaky, and one at the turnpike looking towards hut. So we pretty much have every kind of push cut off, and since Zomblerz haven't pushed yet, chances are they're stacking somewhere, either ramp or upper. We decide we're going to take ramp as a team, with one guy staying back to watch hut, and it turns out they are stacking ramp, and I get really blind, but my team's able to take out Misty and Devour. So we start taking lower quick, and pretty much you just got to clear everything, all dark spot, and I always go in through the doors. A lot of people try jumping in through windows, but I get stuck there a lot. And I'm able to catch one guy rotating down. Riddick comes out of vents and is able to kill the planter, but we got the bomb down at least before that happened. Anyways, pretty standard round there. Easiest thing to do on those anti-ecos is just to group up as a team and hit something together. You really don't want to spread out and let them work picks, especially if they have deagles. I mean, the Zomblerz are a really good deagling team. What we're doing here is we're doing a Euro rush, and I think I screwed up here, but yeah, I screwed it up. I threw my crosshair too low, but pretty much those are flashes that don't break skylights, and they land in upper well before anything. And when I actually come back to inner, they had already started pushing ramp, and I get killed, but somebody gets my AK, so it's all good. The way that strat executes though is we throw 2 smokes Heaven, and then one guy who has the best spawn gets on that box and throws the flashes that land in upper, and my flashes were off there. It's a really tricky way of having to throw them. Anyways, right now we're going to be doing a rooster strat, and those smokes that me and Chewbacca just threw land outside, while Brian and Casey smoke off Heaven. I go out Squeaky, but I stripped the flash there too for some reason. And I'm going to get out Squeaky and get really, really blind from counter flashes. I get the 2-vent though, which is a really good spot. And we have full control of the site. Somehow Heatwave got all the way across the Mustang spot, and I'm able to catch people rotating. When you're trying to hold the site after you take it, you just have to have really good positioning by either 1 or 2-vent or like forklift or in hut. You really don't want to be caught out in the open, because you're really susceptible to flashbangs and getting killed from like vents and stuff. I always go to that spot because I have a really good angle when I come out Squeaky. You don't want to be pushing into mini or anything because it's an unnecessary risk. So we won this round now, and we're pretty much sure they're going to be eco again. I'm just getting up on yellow. Really can usually make that jump every time, but for some reason I just couldn't there. But since I failed, I decided I'd come back and watch it passively. Zomblerz are pushing hut and stuff just to try to get picks, and I start working around outside just to see if there's anyone here. I was going to throw Nate up close there, but I decided against it. I wanted to try something out. I like to try random things like that. And I don't see anything outside, so I'm pretty much just telling my team why don't you come back outside, and as you can see they are. And sometimes on ecos we just like to work all the way down to backhaul from outer. Or working through like heaven or something. I think we make a bad decision here. This wasn't my decision, but we decided to go in through mini. And mini is a death trap because they can just all group up and pretty much rape you from the rafters, and that's what happens. Classified's able to pick off one, we start getting blind, everyone gets deagled, and they just push and get kills. I mean, we had a 2-man advantage at the start of the round, and they just stacked up or waiting for us, which is what any team would do after you get picks, is just stack a bomb site usually, or push somewhere else. And we walked into the stack. Realistically, we should have probably went back all the lower, or up heaven. That would have been a much smarter decision. So that round cost us. We had a lot of momentum. No, they just took a round from us. Chewbacca nades the skylight, and we're actually doing a ramp take. Well, a fake take, kind of. We're gonna do our upper flash play, which we did on pistol round. And as usual, I'm just gonna run to Squeaky and throw a deep flash and then a Squeaky, and then a flash for mini. That flash off event blinds mini and sight. And then I don't push out because Brian came back. I'm able to kill Heatwave on the rafters again. And then Devour drops the forklift, and I miss a pretty easy shot on him. So we're really low on money now because we lost an eco, the other team eco, and we just lost that round. We weren't even able to get the bomb down. So we're just going to deeg up. We're a pretty good deeging team, so we don't mind if we have to eco with deagles occasionally, because we usually put ourselves in really good positions with them. Anyways, we're actually going to do the flash play with deagles, which is sometimes a good idea, because, I mean, it throws the other team off. If we're able to take the site, maybe get a gun or two, chances are we put ourselves in a really good position to win the round. I mean, deeg smoke flash only costs like $1,500–$1,600, I think. Yeah, I think we're actually doing it to lower. But Misty played right at the door, and since we didn't have flashes coming in, he was able to take us down. And it put 4 or 5, I think. In dead chat, we always take time and talk about strats we want to run. And as you can see, talking about running our rooster strat, which is where we smoke outer and have 3 people go outside, 2 people hit enter, I think. We're still low money. I don't think we're going to force buy. At least I hope not. If I don't remember. We're just deeg smoke flashing again. As you can see, it only cost me like $1,400 or whatever. And we're gonna smoke heaven. At least I am. Nobody else smokes it with me. And we're going to do an inner fake kind of, where we throw a flash out hut and have the bomb go out Squeaky and try to get lower. But they flash into hut and blind the heck out of us. And Misty again plays that same spot and gets a kill. And I'm put into a bad spot here. I throw a flash in the door because the door went right back into me. I think there was a gun in front of it. But right now it's like a 1v5 or something for me. And I hear Squeaky open, so I turn around and try to kill Misty. He's trying to knife me. And right now I'm just trying to kill CTs, kind of hurt their mind. I really don't have a good chance at winning this round because I'm in such a bad spot. Heatwave tried dropping on me, and I was right on Frank there, but I couldn't get the kill. Either way, I did a pretty good job just trying to take away their guns. It's 4-4 now, if you remember. It was 4-0, and we should have been 5-0, but we made a bad decision on that eco round, and that's just what it comes down to. You can't make poor decisions because it really hurts you in the long run. I mean, that was a 4-round eco slide. And right now we're running Rooster. Brian and Casey are going to smoke off Heaven. Me and Chewbacca smoke off outside. Daze, Chewie, and I go outside. We throw an up-close flash, a deep flash, and then Chewbacca throws 2 more flashes that are really deeper. This blocks off offers. And I'm throwing extra flashes just in case, and we hit in hard through mini. And we have full control of the site pretty easily. I'm getting the forklift, because somebody was at 2-vent with me, and now I'm just waiting for Heaven. And I'm able to just catch a guy mini thanks to my calls from my teammates. The reason that strat's so successful is because it blocks off any outer offers, and it catches teams that play guys on the floor really off guard, and then you have people coming out hut kind of late, so it really messes with teams since it really puts your inner players in like a 5v2. The best way to counter that is usually to just play people in vents, and then play like a retake on upper, and maybe fast flank ramp. So now that they might be eco, we're doing a ramp rush. I throw a flash hut like that just to stop any pushes, and I throw a nade back into it. And right now I'm calling to my team that they could be flanking fast, because we got control ramp. So Daze starts watching the flank with his op, and we just kind of hold ramp room. This is what we did to counter the ability of them being eco, is just to fast take ramp room, because things like that always work, or seem to work for us at least. So what we decided to do is we're going to go, I believe we're going to go all the way back outside to back hall, now that we got control of ramp room. I think. Maybe that's a different round. Yeah, it's a different round. We're actually taking lower. We're going to double smoke off barrel door, and take control of lower. I have low health, so I'm just coming in and clearing stuff. Flashing the vents to make sure they don't push out. There's a guy in sight, which I should have probably checked. I didn't expect that. And we get absolutely dominated from a ramp flanker. Which is, we had a guy at the top of the ramp, but he just didn't hit a shot, and we got outplayed there by the flank. If we would have killed that guy at flank ramp, we might have had a chance to still win the round, because we would have had control of vents and everything from the op, but what could we do? That was another round we probably could have won. They weren't eco, like we predicted, but either way, it put us on another eco. So I have a deagle. Some of my team has Glock, some of them has deagles, but I have full nades because I had a lot of money. So we're gonna take into ramp room again, and we're able to get one guy and devour. So we have 2 guns now. And we should have a good chance at actually taking this round. One guy flanked quick, you could hear him. And I tried to go in and kill him. I took probably a bad angle there, because I didn't know he was on the left. But there was nothing really I could do about it. He had a nice fadeaway shot. We had him trapped. We were just trying to double team him so we could get another gun. But as you can see, we have 3 guns, including an op, and Dazed, and we're doing a lower take here. Casey is going into the window with low health kind of alone, but Brian comes into the door, so that's okay. And this time, as you can see, Dazed is looking for that flank every now and then, because he doesn't want that to happen again. Misty comes out of vents and is able to take out Casey. He kind of uses that smoke to his advantage. He has a 2v1 right now, and Chewie was low HP, so there's nothing really he could do. With 20 seconds left and Daze only having 15 HP, it's going to be really hard to pull this round off. The CT is probably obviously in one of the doors because the bomb's down in sight, and Frank's able to peek and get him. So we're okay on money. Brian's kind of low, but we're gonna buy up. And I think we run Rooster again here because it worked so well the last time, or at least that's what I'd call if I was calling here. And we are. Or we're running some kind of... No, we're doing a Euro rush, actually. Where Chewie throws the flashes, I go Squeaky, and the next people go hut. So I flash out Squeaky, and we're just taking upper. And I should have killed that guy Tetris, but somebody got me from mini. And we, again, get put in a really bad position. We just get outshot pretty much. Right now, Daze is trying to do what he can to stay alive. He has 25 health, and really no chance of winning the round because of it. But as you can see in dead chat, I don't know if you can see dead chat or not, but I just said Rooster would work well. That's pretty much our game plan for the strat we're going to use for the rest of the half, I think. We're all pretty low money, which isn't good. And we really got hurt after going up 4-0. We could have been up 5-0. And all our momentum was pretty much lost. We only been able to win one round since we lost that eco. Again, we've degged probably 4 or 5 rounds this half, which isn't good. But we've won a lot of our gun rounds. We're gonna try to get the bomb down vents with flashes. Daze is throwing just a little weak fake at ramp room. And I get towards vents, I don't really remember. Yeah, I got really blind. Brian was able to get the kill. And they start flanking ramp, so I just use one of my flashes that I got and try to plant, but Classified pushes out into the Yui. He's able to take me down, and we have no luck. So Chu was able to get a gun. He still has a lot of HP, and he's pretty much just doing it around the world here. He's trying to run around. But Riddick was in lobby. I think he pushed outside, or maybe even pushed through hut to just try to get the fall back there. Either way, we have good money again. So we're going to buy up and do Rooster as I discussed, which is our fast upper split strat. If I remember correctly, I think Riddick dominates us this round. There's one spot Oppers can go to that absolutely rapes usually, which is that spot in between the red bin. And a lot of flashes are coming our way. And yeah, as you can see, Riddick actually came out in the open, was able to catch 2 of us. And has just a beast of a round. And Daze was, this is his role, he wasn't baiting him, this is kind of his role to outpick Riddick if he was actually at that red thing, but Riddick came to a different spot and just didn't get blind. So right now, Daze is pretty much trying to keep Riddick from acing. And there goes his ace, because we all know Frank would chase that kill. So it's like a 3v1, I think, but the Valor flanked on the roof. So it's last round now. We have pretty bad money, given the circumstances. I Galil up so I can get full armor and nades. And this would be a pretty good round to grab. We throw our Rooster smokes. And we try it again with 3 people. Oh, sorry. So this time I throw deliberate flashes to him, but he goes for the red container spot, like I said. And it's just a whole lot of blind. And we have no luck there. So, 10-5 half, we went up 4-0, and we were only able to get 1 round. Part of that whole half, and not our best half. Our CT setup's pretty awkward right now because Frost had just rejoined the team, so he wasn't able to play this match. And so we had pretty much a rifler playing an opera spot. Our CT setup is really, really unique. Daze plays outer, but he also comes to ramp at the start usually to help me out. Unless he thinks they're upper rushing, then I'll go to red pull outer. And then we pretty much just have 3 upper, 1 in mini, and 2 up heaven. And usually carry Frost would be the 1 heaven rotator, 2 mini, or not mini, to ramp room with me sometimes. Anyways, the way I play ramp is different from other teams. Sometimes I'll hold it, sometimes I'll just drop really quick. I think a lot of the time you're going to see me dropping really quickly in this demo. Just because it helps out. Giving up ramp room really has no implications. So they have access to the lower bomb site from ramp, but I mean, if you play smart and lower and call for your rotates, have a good rotation, like you should not be able to lose that sometimes. Like, if I give up ramp room, we still have one guy in heaven, one guy under heaven, which would be dazed, and then 2 people upper and me in lower. But sometimes I hold ramp with an opper. Sometimes I hold it with a rifle. You'll see the variation of that. Sometimes I even have an op in this demo, I believe. Anyways, on our pistol round, I think we're gonna play 2 ramp, 2 upper, like 1 outside, and I think we're gonna nade ramp and fall to vents, I believe. Basically, we're just nading to show our presence there. Sometimes it's good to hold there for a while and actually make them like peek it and then nade it. But we're gonna get in vents, Brian and I, and play to pretty much retake upper. We have 2 guys outside actually, and then 1 guy heaven. So Daze gets picked because they open Squeaky up backwards and picked out in the mini. And right now, we only have Chewy upper. They dropped on Brian, and we just get picked apart. We took up and we didn't even have a chance to flash retake. If Daze doesn't get killed there, we'd probably win that round like 9 out of 10 times. It was just really unfortunate that he was peeking, or able to be peeked from Riddick there with a deagle. So again, we're really low money because we just lost pistol round, and none of us got kills. So we are going to do an outer stack eco, where we just pretty much all hide outside and try to get kills. Lots of teams will come outside, and if you just not peek outside and just stay hiding and wait for them to run into your crosshair, chances are you're able to get a kill or 2 and maybe even a gun. I see 1 guy cross, I don't shoot at him. And then I finally see Devour, so I decide to kill him. And I can hear another guy over in the corner. And right now I'm not in the best spot, I probably should have crossed to a different spot. I'm able to do so much damage to Classified but get no kill there. And we still have 2 more people outside. We have 2 people outside that are really hurt. We have a gun. Chewbacca's able to get another kill. Classified's still really low from what I did to him. I think we're in a 1v1 or 1v2. But Chew's gonna do an around the world kind of. He's gonna go to the vents, or hide in lower, because he expects the terrorists to come lower like most people do normally. But upon seeing nothing, he decides to go back to hut and try to catch a guy, maybe shoot him in the back. You can see a guy in hut, but he's not able to kill him. That was a really good eco by us, though, overall. I mean, you really can't ask for more, getting 3 kills or so. So we're fairly well off on money, actually, believe it or not, because a lot of us have gotten kills, and we're on our 2nd round save. We're all gonna buy nades and try to get a nade stack outside and then maybe fall back to ramp, I think. It's really good to be really unpredictable on recos. If it's like nade stacking outside and then falling back to ramp and pushing it, or everyone going back to upper and holding it, stuff like that. Stuff like that seems to work a lot. We were going to nade outside, but Daze calls that they're at ramp, so we decided to come to ramp and nade. So we all fall over and decide to nade ramp. And our nades don't kill him, but Daze is able to push in and get 1 kill. I push up, and I'm able to take down Devour and then kind of just hop out of there. Could have probably done at least 1 more, but I just got out-aimed. So it's 13-5. We're in a really, really bad position right now. We've lost a lot of rounds. We really need a strong CT hold here. I'm just kind of tracing things in pre-game. Just keeps my aim warm. It's a weird habit I picked up. Anyways, I remember I lagged for a little bit this round, which was scary because I lagged out. It almost would have meant we surely lost. Zomblerz throw upper smokes. I show up to ramp late because I'm the only one there, so I just pre-flash and play from Turnpike. I usually don't rotate through Heaven, but given the circumstances, I am. Casey Foster and Brian are able to get a lot of kills here, which is really good because I was smoked off in Heaven and couldn't see anything. So I'm pretty much just holding Heaven. Yeah, and Casey and Brian really did a good job that entire round getting all the kills. So Chewy dies, so I dropped my gun. I really didn't do anything that round except for show up to ramp late and pre-flash. If they would have rushed ramp, that could have been really bad. So I'm picking up an op now, which is interesting considering people don't regard me as an opper much, but I have a pretty decent op, especially on a team with, you know, Dazed and like Frost on it now. I'm a good complementary third op if we ever need it. I just play Turnpike, Dazed picks in. And I'm actually going to rotate and help outside, because somebody called outside. This is usually the spot Dazed playing. We're actually switching spots for a round. And I get killed because I didn't know they were that close up. Which was foolish of me. I should have asked where they were outside. I didn't know they could push all the way up like that. That was really, really bad, because if they got that gun, they'd have a really good chance of maybe even winning the round. I maybe shouldn't have been that aggressive peeking outside, but I did get called there that hard. So right now we're putting a really awkward 3v3 where they had guns. Anyways, the way we set up is we have one guy Heaven, Chewy Forklift, and Brian in Vents. Pretty much Brian will play to stop the plant. And the upper guys are just playing the spot. You can hear him under Heaven right now. And what Brian decides to do is go down into control doors. Chewy has a good angle on Hut in case they come out, and in case he's still holding Heaven. The Zomblerz are trying to like spam, I believe. I think that's what that op shot was. So Casey exits Heaven, which is always smart, unless they came in through Mini. I switch with players a lot because I make a lot of calls when I'm dead sometimes, just to make sure everyone knows what they're watching. I called right there that Casey could get shot from Mini, so Chewy peeked window. But Zomblerz decided to save because they got 2 ops, which was probably a really, really smart decision by them. So I have a ton of money. I have 7k, so I buy an M4 just because I like to be. I obviously prefer my rifle over my op. And I'm gonna play ramp just like normal, where I go in, pre-flash it, and I'll probably drop if they rush it, unless I get caught. This flash I throw right there, that's a deeper flash that lands more in, that'll blind everyone. In the spot I'm playing is a spot that Storm from Complexity always used to play. The only bad part about the spot is you can get spammed through that fire hydrant, through that window right there. A lot of teams spam that, but as you can see, Zomblerz are spamming it right there, so I kind of move up so I don't get shot. And right now I'm just playing to kind of see what they're doing. I'll spam it occasionally. I'll smoke it to act as if I'm pushing in. There's a lot of teams that throw a smoke there and then push into it, and I think I do that later in the half. But right there I just throw a decoy smoke and I drop lower and play in control. So realistically what the Zomblerz have to do right now is waste nades for nothing to take ramp room, because they think I'm still there maybe. And I'm just playing in control doors, looking for them. I always rotate to control doors because I rotate to barrel. Teams can like walk across that railing that I'm looking at there and get towards vents without me knowing it. So by rotating to control, I force them to put action onto me. And right now they're actually, Zomblerz were doing a bit of an upper take, so I'm going to rotate up through vents. And I flash over to where the guy's at. And Riddick and I have a horrible shooting fest. So I fall down towards lower because I don't think he has the bomb. And right now the spot I'm taking is just to stop the plan. As you can hear, he's coming down vents trying to hunt me down. He's looking for frags. My teammate's in Mini, I believe. Rick kills me, but he has no time to plant. So I did a pretty good job of delaying him. And that's what all you have to do sometimes. If I would have killed him, and it would have been off him, he would have lost all his money too. Well, he would have had no money gain. So we're starting to make a little bit of a comeback. It would have been ideal if I didn't die there, because I would have a lot more money. But doing okay still. All of the Zomblerz upper takes have been pretty much failing against us, so now they're probably going to start working rampant outside a lot more. So as you can see, Dazed is actually coming to ramp to help me. He flashed and I'm spotting. They're not eco. And a lot of teams try to work that one-way smoke right there. So what I'm going to do is I just double smoke it. And I miss a flash on... I flashed myself horribly. And Zomblerz is actually trying to take ramp, it seems like. So I'm actually dropping towards on this like actual red part. This is a good angle for me. And I can fall to lower if I start applying pressure. Dazed decides he's going to rotate off. And since he's not holding it anymore with me, I'm actually going to drop it lower. It makes no sense for me to try to hold that alone. And if he's there, I should probably try to hold it with him. Because... you don't want him to just get killed and then have me just standing there being useless and lower, because I'm doing nothing if he's actually holding ramp room still. So I fall to the control doors, and as you can see, I just pretty much continually peek and listen for them. Lots of teams will just come down and shoot up vents or whatever. And by me holding these doors, see, as you can see, they're shooting out vents. What I like to do is I like to spot them, maybe takes pop shots at them, and then fall back towards this back hall. And as you can see, they actually pushed in through the vents somehow, I think, and got into there. I don't think we had a rotator through vents, and I was able to catch two. No, what they did was, they came back hall. They came back hall from outside. I'm sorry. That's what they did. And I just didn't get the call, and I was able to catch a few of them. They didn't see me in control doors when they came down. And that's why communication's so key. Somehow they got outside the back hall. Or they came down vents from Squeaky. It was one of the two. I really wish I could remember. It might have been that.
Okay, let's go.
So Dazed is going to play the turnpike again and flash for me. And this time they flash ramp and are really taking it aggressively. I'm so blind. And I luckily get down towards lower. This was kind of stupid. It was like I kind of re-aggressed it. I was able to get 2 kills actually, so I mean, it wasn't a bad decision, but looking back, it probably wasn't the best decision by me. Right now I'm just holding a good angle. He expected me to run to those doors, and I had a good spot there from dark side, so I'm playing a really unpredictable spot now. Since they expect me in control, as you can see, I have a teammate in there. Right here I'm just playing an angle in case they walk down. The bomb was down on the ramp. I mean, if you have to stay and fight, sometimes you have to stay and fight, but with my teammate dying, I guess I didn't realize it at the time. I probably should have just dropped and tried to play it safe. But I guess it was a good thing that I stayed and got those 3 frags. I mean, if they would have killed me there and I didn't get 1 or 2, I mean, my teammates would have been in a really, really bad position. So I decided to start moving over towards the vents so I can rotate to upper since we have a guy lower too. And they're able to kill Casey in heaven, which isn't good because that means they have full control of heaven. Chewy's able to kill one guy coming up to heaven after I fail miserably on him. And I just come around to watch Mini in case he drops from heaven and tries to come around, or tries to save CT spawn. That's pretty much what I'm looking at. Yeah, chances are he's heaven or ramp room, just trying to save his gun. So, we're on a 5-round win streak here still.
Counter-terrorists win.
And we're all really well off on money right now, which is nice. Zomblerz have tried their ramp rushes, they've tried their upper takes, and pretty much they've not been able to do anything successful. We've won every round since losing pistol. And this round here, just pre-flashing ramp like normal. They have guns, you can hear their ops. It's always good after you win a round and just call that they have guns. I mean, that could be the op they saved or whatever, but I mean, it's always good to just call stuff like that for your teammates. Just to make sure they don't expect anything. As you can see, they're on a Deeg op eco, where one guy has an op and the rest of the team Deegs. And we get the bomb down upper. So I rotate to the vents, too lower. Playing ramp room is just one of those spots where you want to mix up your rotates. Sometimes you want to flank, push through ramp, sometimes you want to go heaven, sometimes you want to go through lower. Most of the time I go through lower or I come up through the flank. I rarely go up into heaven because I don't like to cluster that, and that's where teams expect you to rotate to. Right there I came up through vents and I was able to get 2 kills really quickly. So, I continue doing my normal pattern. This time I have an op though. which is a little different. Which this box I hold here is just a good box to opt from. A lot of teams expect you like headshot box on the ramp, and all I do is just continually re-peek it occasionally, making sure I don't get surprised jump peeked or something. So just a good little technique to do this. A lot of hoppers do this at ramping. Schaefer will do this a lot. Just constantly re-peeking like this. So I'm throwing a smoke down onto the ramp to make it look like I'm going to play in that, but I'm actually playing on this up-close box. And pretty much no action's coming my way. Daze was able to kill 2 people outside. So chances are Zomblerz are trying to work outside to inner, like through inner split. And right now the Zomblerz just taking it slowly, probably trying to regroup, figure out how they want to take it. This map's really hard to win if you're down 4v5, even 3v5. I can't imagine how much harder it is. Anyways, they try to come out squeaky and stuff, and my team pretty much just takes them down. Overall, right now I'm just mixing up my gameplay to the point where they expect me to drop lower, but I'm going to be holding ramp with an op right now. And since I lost this round, chances are they might be eco, which is how I make this foolish mistake, I think, this round. Where I try to hold ramp against Deagles and I just get dominated. As you can see, Dazed is coming to help me at ramp. This time I have an Oplo too. So he's going to pre-flash for me and I'm going to peek. And I get hit by a flashbang. So I am blind as hell. And I'm just kind of counter-flashing and missing shots right now. And I get deegged through that corner of the box. Luckily Dazed was there to get a lot of kills. I think he aced this round. Casey picks up my op like a good teammate. Bombs down in control. 4v1. This terrorist could literally be anywhere. Right now the team's just set up to make sure that he can't flank under Heaven to kill Dazed, or he can't push out Hut, or Squeaky, or come back Hall, etc. I think Casey was just shooting, but I'm not sure. Either way, we're just playing a pretty safe setup here, just to make sure that we don't let this guy get random kills by flanking. He runs in and, or Dazed pushed a little bit and got 1-degged. Might have been a little bit of a selfish play going for the frag there, but I mean, he does have a lot of money, and we just tied up the score. Either way, I got destroyed with that op last round, but I get a new one this round. I still have, you know, 10k. Either way, I made a pretty foolish mistake jumping on that box when they were eco. I mean, the flash got there way too early to blind. I think somebody was on that left side, but I mean, like, whoever threw that second flash hit me. And that was just really unfortunate. See, I'm able to get blind there, but I get a pick, and I think I dropped. I don't know what happens. I got really, really blind. Oh no, I thought I dropped, but I didn't. See, they kept flashing me. Trading like that isn't good. I did a really poor job when I had an op here today, because I'd get 1 kill and then I'd die. And now that puts my team into a bad position where they have to try to hold Heaven and lower. As you can see, they smoked off barrel door. Why is my screen shaking like that? Anyways, they're trying to take up Heaven. Casey's trying to hold it. He has low health. He's going to exit Heaven so he doesn't get spammed. He's able to take out one guy coming up. Casey does a good job here. And Misty comes up and Casey's able to get another kill. And then we have another teammate looking at it too, so they have to pretty much challenge Casey to get 2 people. Like, they had a really good setup there with Chewy at above Hut, looking for its 7-2 if need be. Because they really had no chance if they came up Heaven there. I think if your ramp player dies like I just died, you really want to kind of turtle up and make sure you have all your bases covered. Brian was in lower, Chewy and Casey were upper, and Dazed was just mini, kind of controlling upper and outside at the same time. So Heaven smokes go off. I see a guy ramp room. So I'm actually dropping really quick this round. to make sure what happened this last time doesn't happen. They actually did the bomb down squeaky to lower, and they did a late ramp hit, and I was able to catch one guy. I didn't realize it was a late ramp hit. I should have when I saw that guy. Luckily, Daze was able to rotate and kill both of them. It was another easy round. That was a really good strat by Zomblerz, though, because, I mean, had I not traded there with that ramp guy, that might have been ugly. Like, chances are they could have killed Daze and then still had control of ramp room and then picked us off as we went to defuse. So I believe this is the last round. We had a really solid CT side so far. Only rounds lost around pistol. Daze is coming to hold ramp, and I'm going to be playing on this left wall. And pretty much Daze is opping the same way I was, just re-peeking it here and there, holding on the ramp, etc. I have a flash out in case they rush, but I decided to rotate once Daze has control of it. Really not sure why I came up having to rotate like this. This is something I usually never do anymore, at least. And I'm having trouble with the ladder, and I decided to go check outside in case there's a guy up close. I double smoke hut with my teammates, which is always a good idea. Daze died, he got outpicked by classified late in the round, so right now my whole job is just to hold under heaven. And since Casey's been holding heaven from like actual in heaven, I decided to hold it from outside of heaven in CT spawn. Because I figure what they'll expect to do is flash up and take heaven if they want to. Instead I hold it from an awkward angle like this, so they pretty much have to walk up into my sights. Like most teams will just peek that little box from ramp room that I just turned to, kind of. And otherwise, they won't expect me on that wall. Anyways, that's about it. It was a solid match overall. We had some really good T rounds, except we lost that eco and then our T side kind of went downhill. We could have did a lot of different things to kind of improve it. Something we should have probably did more was get control of ramp room and take lower, because we're actually really good at that now. Actually, we probably would have been good at it then too. Our CT side was good. I had a few mistakes there with rounds I offed and stuff, but I think I made up for it overall with some rounds. I mean, we didn't lose the rounds, but I mean, given some other circumstances, some other things could have happened and we might have lost, which would have been really, really bad for our team. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this demo commentary. I'll be looking to do some more, hopefully off the LAN champ matches. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'm always available for questions and answer. So thanks guys, have a good night.